I love making ornaments like these, and they're a big hit with friends and family. Yes, we keep our tree up all year and change it for the seasons. I'm getting ready to change from fall to Christmas, and I've got lots of ornaments to make to fill this up. Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you get notified when we post new content. PYD Life offers a wide variety of sublimation ornament blanks in various shapes and sizes, and they sent me 2 styles to try out. Their sublimation ornaments have a special coating on them, which is key for the sublimation ink to transfer properly. The first style they sent me is a glossy white ceramic measuring 2 7/8 inches in diameter. Each ornament is carefully wrapped in bubble wrap to keep it safe during shipping, and they also include gold thread for hanging the finished product. The second style is a glass ornament shipped in styrofoam bags for extra protection. This style features a beveled edge on the front while the back is completely flat. That's the side you actually sublimate on. These glass ornaments measure 3 inches in diameter, and because they are glass, their designs will shine nicely on a Christmas tree with the lights flickering through them. They also include red ribbon for hanging the ornament on your tree. I've already downloaded these 3D images from designbundles.net. Each design has a front and back image, so each side of the ceramic ornament will have something on it, but I'll only put the front image on the glass ornaments. I'll provide links to each image in the description of this video below. I'm using Cricut Design Space to print these images, but it's not necessary to cut them out on your Cricut machine. Stay tuned and I'll explain why. You could use other applications to print, like Canva, but I do so much work in Design Space, I just went with this one. I've already uploaded and sized the front and back of 2 designs for the ceramic ornaments, and the front only for 3 designs for the glass ornaments. Let's walk through how I did that with the 3rd design for one of the ceramic ornaments. I'm going to click on the Upload button in the left navigation column in Design Space, and then when that opens up, I'm going to click on Upload Image. I'm going to search for the design that I'm looking to import and click Open. From here, it's got a picture of what the image is. I'm going to click on Continue, and I don't need to make any adjustments. I don't need to remove any backgrounds here, so I'm just going to select Apply and Continue. And because I'm going to be doing this as a printed graphic, I'm going to go ahead and click on Flat Graphic, and we'll use the Print and Cut feature. Here I'm done, so I'm going to click on Upload, and it drops it in my canvas. I'm going to do 3.1, and there's my first image. Let's go ahead and bring in the front of that image. So go back under Upload, Image, Upload, Browse, find the other design I want to import, say Open, and Continue, Continue, Flat Graphic, Continue, and Upload. And then with that image selected, I'm going to go ahead and size that also down to 3.1. So that's how easy it is to bring in the designs into the software. Now I'm ready to go ahead and print these out. I'm going to click on Make It in the upper right hand corner, and it loads all my images on different mats. And you can see the different mats here on the left. There's 3 of them. And if I scroll down here, it looks like I have a little bit of space on mat 1 and mat 2 for this one image that's sitting on mat 3. So on mat 3, I'm going to click on that triple dot next to that image and click on Move. And I'm going to select the first mat that has images and say Confirm. I'm going to grab that one and put it down here on the bottom. I think I have enough room for it to fit. So now I only have 2 sheets of paper that I'm going to actually print on. So I'm going to click on Continue and Send to Printer. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to add those registration marks. Click on Next. And I'm going to use my Epson ET2800 printer. Then I'm going to leave Add Bleed on, and I'm going to use System Dialog Box and click on Print. And these are the settings that I have found that work best for me. I'm going to click on Preferences and click on Paper Quality. I found that plain paper for media is what works best for me when I'm using the H2 sublimation paper. Then I'm going to click on Advanced, and under Output Quality, I'm going to click there and change that to High Quality, and then say OK, and OK, and then I'm ready to print. Like I mentioned, I'm using an Epson EcoTank ET2800 printer, and this is actually an inkjet printer. When I bought it, I tossed the ink that came with it and substituted it with Hippo sublimation ink. Be aware that when I did that, it immediately avoided the warranty, and I have a video on how I made that happen. So be aware of that if you decide to do it. The printed designs come out looking muted, but once they're pressed on the ornaments, the colors will pop. Instead of cutting these designs with a Cricut machine, I'm just going to cut them with scissors so each design is separate. You don't have to be nice and neat and perfect with your cuts. That's why you don't have to use a Cricut. Let's get our ornaments ready to press. First, I'll use a lint roller to remove any dust or debris from the ornament surface. Any tiny specks can interfere with the final result. I'm going to start with the glass ornaments and press those first. Remember, the side you put the design on is the non-beveled side. I'm going to tape the ornaments over the printed design and align the top of the image with the ornament hole, ensuring the ink surrounds the entire surface. This will prevent any gaps or incomplete areas in the transferred image. For pressing, I'm going to use my new HTV-RON Auto Heat Press 2. I've set the temperature to 400 degrees, the time to 60 seconds, and the pressure to 170 pounds. To make sure I don't get any ink on the mat, I'm going to put down a piece of parchment paper, then place the ornaments on top of that, and then top the ornaments with another sheet of parchment paper. I've pressed the glass ornaments first, and I've got a pair of heat-resistant gloves on. When the pressing is done, I'm going to remove the tape and the sublimation paper while they're hot, and they are hot. Here's how they turned out. If you notice any residue on them, just use a damp microfiber cloth to wipe it off. Now I'm going to repeat that process with the ceramic ornaments, but I'm going to tape the front design on one side and the back design on the other side. When I press them, I'm going to press one side for 60 seconds, then flip the ornaments over and press the other side for 60 seconds. For best results when pressing, the sublimation paper needs to be touching the heat platen. See, there's no need to perfectly cut the designs with a Cricut or other cutting machine. That was seriously easy, and I love the way these 3D sublimated ornaments turned out. The 3D effect looks amazing. Let me know in the comments what Christmas projects you're planning to make this year, and if there's a tutorial I could make that would help you out. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell for more holiday tutorials coming your way. Thanks for watching, and happy crafting!